Welcome to ELT BHASKAR. This is my YouTube channel. It is based on English grammatical skills and language skills. So do subscribe the channel for watching more such interesting videos on English based grammar and language skills. So today we are going to discuss on a particular grammatical item. It is phrase. Yes, phrase is a very important and very interesting topic. So what are we going to learn here? We are going to learn the conditions of a phrase. How to identify the phrase. In order to identify the phrase, we need to know what are the conditions of a phrase. And particularly we will also deal here with the different types of phrases. And let's see, before discussing on the conditions of phrases, let's see what are the different examples. Let's take one example. The old man lives in a house behind the police station. A sentence reads, the old man lives in a house behind the police station. Let's take another example, another sentence. The next sentence reads, my daughter came back home in time. So in both these sentences there are highlighted parts with red ink, behind the police station and in time, and therefore they are phrases. But why are we considering them as phrase and not the other part of the sentence as phrase? We will discuss that. To know that, we have to discuss what are the conditions of phrases. So let's discuss now or focus now on the conditions of a phrase. Number one, a phrase must be a part of a sentence and not a sentence itself. Very important thing to remember. Point number two, that it is a group of words and not a single word. It is group of a word. Number three, there is no finite verb in a phrase. A phrase must not have any finite verb. If there is a finite verb, then it is not a phrase. Number four, it must have a meaning of its own. A meaning, some sense. There should be some sense in order to qualify for a phrase along with the other conditions. Now let's see other conditions fulfilled. Let's take another sentence. For example, she ran with great speed. Now in this sentence, the highlighted part with red ink is with great speed. No doubt it is a phrase. It is a phrase. With great speed is a phrase. But why are we considering it as a phrase and not she ran as a phrase? Well, then we have to consider the conditions. What were the conditions? Number one, that it is part of a sentence. Isn't it so? She ran with great speed is a complete sentence. And look, with great speed is just part of the sentence. Number two, a group of words. Very easy to identify that it's not made of a single word but a group of words. Well, point number three, that it is a meaningful arrangement. Again, it's not that it's nonsensical. Do you find this phrase a nonsensical one? No, it's meaningful arrangement. It does convey some sense, some meaning. And number five, you can find it out that there is no finite verb. Why? Because the finite verb in this sentence is ran. She ran with great speed, a sentence, and the finite verb is ran, and therefore it is not part of a phrase but separate from the phrase. I hope this understanding is becoming easier to you. Now let's take some random examples of phrases. What are they? Number one, there is a peepal tree in front of the house. Again, the highlighted part in this sentence is in front of the house. So in front of the house is the phrase, no doubt. Number two, example number two reads, the table is made of wood. Again, made of wood is part of a sentence. Is a phrase, it's part of a sentence, it is a group of words, it has no finite verb, and it definitely does suggest some sense. Let's come to example number three. Example number three states, the book is kept on the table. On the table again is a phrase as it qualifies all the conditions mentioned already. Isn't it so? Let's come to now example number 4. The blue car is for sale. Again, the blue car is the phrase here. Example number 5 says, the glistening snow covered the field. Again, it is a phrase as it qualifies all the conditions. So now we will move on to the next section where we will know what are the different types of phrases as mentioned in the very beginning of the video. Number 1, that one type is noun phrase. Next type is adjective phrase, and the third type is adverb phrase. So noun phrase, adjective phrase and adverb phrase are the 3 different types, but we are not going to discuss here any of the types because we will discuss in detail each of these types in some next videos, in my next videos. So hope you like the video. If you have liked it, please like it and subscribe it to watch more such interesting videos on English based grammar and language skills. Thank you for the day. Like and subscribe it.